Hello again, everybody. It's me, Marcus, and I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Purgatory by Tyler Childers, and this is from, I guess, the Creek sessions. It is live, so we'll be watching the video here. I like Tyler Childers. I like a lot of what I've heard from him. I just really enjoy his style. Got a great singing voice, all that. The last song I heard from him was him and Town Mountain. They did a great job. Live performance of Down Low. That was a good song. I like that one a lot. So really excited for this. I know a lot of his songs kind of tug my heartstrings, so I have a feeling this is going to be one of them, but we'll see. This does come as a request, and the person specifically requested this particular performance. So yes, thank you to the person who requested this. If you would like to make a request, please leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to get to it. All right, let's listen. Purgatory, Tyler Childers at the Creek Sessions. Here we go.
18 years old, I fell madly, truly, and deeply in love with a 24-year-old Catholic girl from Ohio. And not long after we met and started courting, she broke up with me. And at the time, I was like, how could she do this to me? And then I turned 24, and I looked back at 18-year-olds, and I was like, how could she do that to herself for so long?
I gotta agree with that. Like, when I was 18 versus when I was 24 versus now when I'm 29, those are totally different people. I completely agree with Tyler.
But I grew up in a Free Will Baptist family, and it was the first time I really spent a lot of time around anyone who was Catholic. It's the first time I ever heard of anything called Purgatory, and to an 18-year-old Free Will Baptist heathen, Purgatory sounded all right, because all of a sudden there was a fighting chance where there wasn't one. So she broke up with me in a true Ohio fashion. She broke up with me over biscuits and gravy to Bob Evans.
Ooh, that's a good way to go.
So I'm a Cracker Barrel man now. I'm not bitter about it, and I don't care. And I didn't write this for her, I wrote it for Purgatory. It's called Purgatory. Pray for me when the roots of the oak and rib cage are braiding. If I can think, Lord knows that I will fondly pray for you. High on the hill where the foxhorn's blowing down in the grave to lay me low. Catholic girl, pray for me, you're my only hope for heaven. When I was a boy, I drink and love and smoke and snort my fill. But all the while, I kept in mind the Lord's redeeming grace. High on the hill where the foxhorn's blowing down in the city where the heathens go. Catholic girl, pray for me, you're my only hope for heaven.
I love it.
Do you reckon he lets free will boys mope around in purgatory?
Ooh. He liked that too, you could tell.
I know that hell is just as real as I'm surely breathing. But I've heard tell of a middle ground I think will work for me. When the time has come for changing worlds, I'll hedge my bets with a Catholic girl. Catholic girl, pray for me, you're my only hope for heaven.
Oh man, I loved that. That was great.
Hey.
Hell of a job, Tyler. Hell of a job. Hell yeah, man, that was a great song. I love that a lot. For me, what really captured me from the beginning was the guitar. I've said before, like, when it's just a singer-songwriter type thing where it's just a guy on his guitar, sometimes the guitar can get lost. It's sort of a vessel just to carry the storytelling and to carry the voice. And it can be the guitar. Basically, the guitar in a lot of these type of songs can be really easy to ignore. This song was not like that at all for me. This song was like the guitar was front and center, and I loved the way he played it. Those flourishes he threw in there. Oh, beautiful. There was a moment where he was like doing this thing, and it sounded fantastic. And he smiled like at the camera. He was like, "I know that was impressive, right?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, that was impressive. I love that." So the guitar was fantastic throughout his voice. I love his voice. And it's great to see him do sort of a faster, more upbeat style, because a lot of what I've heard from him has been very like, I don't want to say like dreary, but just very like sad and almost depressing in many ways. Like I think the first song I had ever heard from him was Nose on the Grindstone, which by the way, a gorgeous, beautiful, awesome song, but it definitely sets a mood for you. And it's just like, oh man, that was heavy, you know? So a lot of the songs I've heard from him are in that style. So it was great to get this sort of fast-paced, more upbeat style. I had a lot of fun listening to it. This is one of those where, it put a smile on my face. I liked it a lot, and I'm very excited to talk about it, especially in the lyrics. I like that he told the story. I mentioned in a previous video, I don't think it was a Tyler Childers video, but just a video similar with the guy and his guitar. I think it was the Culture Wall video. I'm just a sucker for people who, for artists who will like tell a little story before they play the song. I love that. To me, it's what drew me into like people like Neil Young, Jim Croce. They wrote about their experiences, their life, what they knew, and so they would tell these little stories before they began playing the song. I love that. I'm a sucker for stuff like that, so I absolutely loved it when he did it here. But it's pretty cool because he mentioned that I think he was dating a Catholic girl. Whereas he was raised Baptist, and that actually plays a big part in the song. You may not realize it at first, but that there's a big part of the song there. So let's start off here. So, will you pray for me when the roots of the oak and my rib cage are braiding? Basically, will you pray for me when I die, when I return to the earth, right? If I can think, Lord knows that I will fondly pray for you, high on the hill where the foxhorns blow, and down in the grave where they lay me low. Catholic girl, pray for me. Hope you're my only hope for heaven. So here's the reason why like that whole story was kind of important at the beginning, was that I know in Catholicism, there's this idea of heaven and hell, of course, as there is in just about all sects of Christianity, right? But there's heaven and hell, and there's purgatory. The way I sort of think about purgatory is that like middle place, where if you guys ever watch The Good Place, there's like the good place and the bad place. And there's people in the show who argue, there should be a middle place for people who weren't that bad or that good, who were just kind of whatever. To me, purgatory is kind of like that middle place, where I've heard different explanations for what purgatory is. Some people say it's basically you're just floating in a cloud of nothing. Everything is nothing. It's like I can't. I'm sure there's like a movie or TV show where the characters walk into like this basically just white room, and the white room stretches forever in every direction, and it's just emptiness. It's empty space. And basically, if I remember correctly, purgatory is almost like a waiting room where it's like, okay, yeah, you weren't too great, you weren't too bad, let's see where you end up. And so that's kind of what he's saying, that he's not the worst guy in the world, but he's also not the greatest guy. So it's like purgatory is kind of his you're my only hope for heaven. Like this whole purgatory thing is sounding great, because otherwise I have no chance of getting into heaven. I've sort of squandered my only life on earth, and now it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get in. And so the reason that the whole story at the beginning was important was because I don't think certain sects of Christianity have the idea of purgatory. I think in some it's just heaven or hell. It's period. But I know that Catholicism is a little different in that aspect. The only reason I know that is because I was raised Catholic. I'm not a practicing Christian or Catholic at this point in my life, but I was raised that way, so I do still remember a little bit of the details. I'm sure I'm missing out on a bunch of it, and I'm sure people will tell me in the comments kind of what I'm missing on them. But I love that's kind of the story behind the song, because the whole religion aspect definitely plays a role there. So it's interesting. He said she kind of gave me hope where before there was none. So it really is. It's like, man, you live your life, you think, man, I'm going to hell. But then you're told, hey, there's this other place where if you're not too bad, there's still a shot for you. So it's pretty cool. When I's a boy, I drink and love and smoke and snort my fill, but all the while I kept in mind the Lord's redeeming grace. High on the hill where the foxhorns blow, and down in the city where the heathens go, Catholic girl, pray for me, you're my only hope for heaven. So yeah, he had a wild, debaucherous time as a youth. But at the same time, he still worshiped God. He still tried to do the right thing here and there. So again, he's kind of saying like, I'm not the worst, but it could be better. So let's see where I leave off. Here you go. Do you reckon he lets free will boys mope around in purgatory? It's an interesting line there. Do you reckon he lets free will? Apparently, Tyler Childers is a Free Will Baptist, which is a sect of Baptists known for explicitly rejecting Calvinism and predestination. Interesting. In this line, he's asking if God lets free will boys go to purgatory, though their sect doesn't believe in its existence. Interesting, okay. I didn't know that. That is something new. Boys mope. So do you think he lets free will boys mope around in purgatory? I know that hell is just as real as I am, surely breathing. Just as real as I am, surely breathing. But I've heard tell of a middle ground I think will work for me. Again, the medium place. When the time has come for changing worlds, I'll hedge my bets with a Catholic girl. Catholic girl, pray for me. You're my only hope for heaven. I think The Good Place actually does a really great job of showing this. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, don't worry. But The Good Place is like, oh, it's perfect. Everything is perfect. There's no conflict, no problems. Everything is wonderful. The Bad Place, of course, is just a life of infinite torture. And the medium place is just kind of bland. It's sort of just like an average house with an average couch and an average sized TV. You can only watch Friends on, and it's just like, it's not the worst, but it's not that great either. Yeah, go watch The Good Place. It's a great show if you haven't already. It's a fantastic show, one of my favorites. So yeah, it's funny to have that like almost glimmer of hope, like, oh, you're telling me that there's a chance, there's still the middle place, my soul isn't completely condemned to hell yet, hallelujah. So lyrically, just a lot of fun here. 2 big thumbs up. I love what Tyler does in this song. As far as the instrumentation goes, like I said, I loved the guitar. I feel like it was really front and center, brought some amazing energy into the song, and just the way he played it, man, it was so enjoyable to listen to. Like, I would listen to that guitar without the song, without like the rest of the song, without the vocals, without anything. I would just listen to that guitar because the way he played it was so proficient, so fun, so energetic. It was just a great listen. I loved it. And then his voice on top of that, again, you get this absolute treat in the guitars, and then you still have his voice on top of it. He sang it beautifully, and I love the energy in his voice too. He kept pace sort of with the guitar, and really made it for a fun, quick, high energy song there. Just had me jamming from start to finish. I loved it. And then of course the lyrics just really fit in well here. So overall, man, this song was just fantastic. I do see this comes from an album called Purgatory. There's actually some interesting stuff here. It does say it was produced by David Ferguson and Sturgill Simpson. I'm a big fan of Sturgill Simpson on this channel, I'll tell you that much. Which it looks like Sturgill plays the guitar maybe on the album version, so now I for sure have to go listen to the album version. He also does backing vocals apparently. Oh, I gotta go listen to this album version. I really loved the live performance here, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this album version. Again, we're huge fans of Sturgill Simpson on this channel, let me tell you. So really excited for that. And then as far as replay value goes, I straight up just told you, I'm going to listen to this song again. I'm especially going to go listen to this album version if it has Sturgill Simpson on it. I mean, I love Tyler Childers, but I also love Sturgill Simpson. You put them together, it's a match made in heaven, or purgatory, I guess. But yeah, very excited to listen to this one again. And again, I would honestly I would listen to this version of just Tyler as well. Again, the guitar was just so strong in this one. His voice was great. I had a great time listening to it. Big 2 thumbs up all around. Loved the song. Thank you so much for the request, whoever requested this. And this one made my day. This was like a day maker right here. So thank you again. I really appreciated it. As always, if you would like to make a request, leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to get to it. If you enjoyed the song, definitely go support the artist. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you can definitely find some Tyler Childers is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It's in the description below. It has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. If you want to support me, all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. All right, that's it from me. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.